Hey!
Just the Rudy.
Boys and girls, it's the Rudy Show! Yeah!
What Rudy want to talk about today?
Rudy wants to talk about everything and nothing at the same time.
That don't make no fucking sense.
It makes all the sense in the world. Steve, you just don't understand.
Well, because, yeah.
You're pragmatic.
What do you mean by that, man? It sounds like an insult.
Can you spell it?
You?
Of course not.
Of course not. At least you admit your faults. You know you can't spell very good.
There's a lot of things I can't do very good.
Really? Like what?
Comprehension.
You don't comprehend very good?
Not very good.
You mean comprehending what?
Everything.
Just everything.
And nothing.
And nothing. You don't comprehend shit, is what you're telling me.
And everything.
You think you learn everything when everything goes away?
Well, you know, our friend left us yesterday.
Fuck that guy. I want to give a tribute.
You know exactly who I'm talking about.
I want to give a tribute to...
Oh, super asshole.
Oh, I'm sorry. If there is a hell, he's down there, which
super
there's
asshole.
not. Fuck that guy, dude.
I want him to end up in the most liberal place possible.
Heaven?
Yeah,
Jesus is heaven?
That's good enough.
Because that's definitely more
That,
liberal.
that would be hell for him.
Fuck yeah, it would. Come on, man. Just do what I ask you to do, you stupid fucking computer. It's not really that hard to open up a website, but for some reason that thing can't do it. And I wasted all those great fucking stickers.
Well, not wasted.
I mean, yeah, they are. If I have to get a new computer, then this computer just gets thrown the fuck away. You know?
No, you don't throw the computer away. You sell it or give it to somebody. You don't throw it away.
I'll give it to somebody, but why would I sell it? There's not, like, it's a piece of shit. It's obviously something wrong with it, or I'm just really bad at computers, even though... I'm not great at computers. I'm not saying that... Like, I got some skills. I don't fuck with computers very much, but I do understand them enough that know that this is fucking retarded how long this shit takes. No, I don't want it to make fucking changes. I've told you this 3 times. Every fucking time it asks me, I'm like, no, don't do it.
You and the computer just go through a thing, huh?
Dude, it's fucking annoying. It's like, I should stop. I guess I gotta stop using Firefox, maybe. Maybe it's Firefox. I don't know. I thought Firefox was a good... They used to be way faster than Internet Explorer.
You used the right word, used to.
No. Okay, that's why. Unclick this button. Thank you.
Am I seeing things? Is it snowing out there?
Yeah, it's snowing. Is it supposed to snow today?
I think between now and tomorrow we're supposed to get 1 to 3 inches. Something like that.
Well, it's coming.
You know, yesterday, that's really weird. Yesterday, my leg didn't bother me all day long. Well, actually, for 2 days, my leg didn't bother me at all. I actually ran.
That's why your leg's bothering you now.
No, I didn't run like no mile or nothing like that.
Oh.
Just half a block. But you funny. But yeah, yesterday and day before yesterday, no limping, no pain.
So, do you see the new post I put up there?
No, I didn't.
I put a post saying... I put a post up there a couple days ago asking anybody to... If the local... I thought I didn't put local, so... But I asked if anyone had any cannabis they wanted us to try. Let me know, and I would be able to...
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, well... Until you realize that half the people are fucking douchebags and don't actually live in the state, and it's like...
Oh...
It's like, oh shit, what is this?
Well, they're not douchebags, but they just don't live in the state.
Damn, that's a seed? Uh-oh.
Was it a full-fledged seed?
No, it was a preemie. I mean,
Do it. You and the computer just going through a thing, huh?
dude, it's fucking...
We said that about 10 minutes ago, didn't we?
Yeah. Damn, that's not good. I did see one that was fucked up, but that could have been the heat. It could have been the heat. Very much could have been the heat. Because this did go through some heat stress. So, that sucks. Oh no. Fuck. I've been looking, man. I didn't see no goddamn Hermes. But that's what you get when you play with new shit.
Yeah, and they could pop up. They're
Quick.
instant.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Could just be the heat. They could have grown their own seeds because there was this fucking branch. See, that's the crazy part. I can see the fucking seed cover. I was looking at one today, and one of the ones had a lower branch that literally was full of seeds.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow, that's weird.
A whole lower branch. Just one.
That's weird.
I looked through the other ones. I pulled off a bud on like a branch that was not top branch, but a lower
Yeah,
bud.
I went through it to see.
Went through it, see if I could find any
Nothing.
seeds, and there's nothing in it.
Wow.
And it's like, what the fuck?
It's a freak. That was a freak situation.
Well, we'll see.
In the
I
marijuana
mean,
nation.
if I can get something out of these, if I can get some money out of it, that's all that matters, to get this place started. Because I've got, you know, other stuff that I know doesn't do that in rotation, so
Yeah.
it should be alright.
Yeah, it's time for me to start growing. Past time.
Yeah, so, fuck Rush Limbaugh and fuck everything he, like, that's one of the first pillars that needed to die was Limbaugh.
You're right.
His but he's inspired so many stupid people, but I don't think they have the same pull as he did.
Well, yeah, he inspired a lot of them. A lot of them were fucked up to begin with.
Well, I know, they just used him as an excuse to
As
stay
a right,
fucked up.
as a vessel of ignorance and racism. He was just an opportunist. Half the shit he said, he can believe. Remember when they hired you for about 10 minutes for sports? Remember that?
No, when did they do that?
Oh, this was about 5 years ago.
Where?
Who hired him? One of these sports.
Shut the fuck up. No, they didn't.
No, and he was there for about 3 weeks, and he said something about black running backs, and they canned his ass. He said something negative. They canned his ass. Let me see your lighter.
Like, I never talk about the guy because, like,
Me either.
he's my dad's been listening to that guy as long as I've been alive. I'm almost gonna put money on it. When did he get a national radio show?
I don't know. Early 80s? Late 70s?
Like, the only time I ever saw him was on The Daily Show
Uh-huh.
when they were talking about how stupid he said.
And then the other asshole gave him an award last year.
Oh, yeah.
Asshole to asshole.
He's the next piece in the pie.
Yeah, he needs to go next.
Yep. Do-do-do.
Need to find something wrong with his ass. I'm sure it's something wrong with him.
Syndicate since '88.
Mm-hmm.
His earlier radio career.
He was a sports announcer.
He got success in Sacramento.
He announced the sports, and he started being controversial with that. Then he spun off into his thing. After he saw the audience he had.
In 2003, he did a brief stint as a professional football commentator with ESPN.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That they
talking
thought
about.
he resigned a few weeks in 2003 after making comments about the press coverage for quarterback McNabb that caused controversy. I don't think, this is what he said, I don't think he's been that good from the get-go. I think we've had here is a little social concern in the NFL. I think the media has been very serious that a black quarterback do well. I don't know what that word is. I've never seen it before.
Really?
Serious? Yeah.
I can't see it from here.
Right here, this word.
That's a typo.
That's got to be a typo.
Yes, a typo.
Okay.
There's no word.
Unless that's what he said, he's just an idiot. Because
unless you're right. Unless he made up a word, but I've never heard that word before, or seen that word before.
actually, I'm gonna search Google for it.
I mean, it's probably a word.
No, it's a word.
Yeah, it probably is.
Desire. Having a characteristic of desire. The Pope was desirous of peace in Europe. He was hopeful of... Okay. So
okay.
The NFL, he thinks the media has been very serious that a black quarterback do well. They're interested in black coaches and black quarterbacks doing well. I think there's little hope invested in McNabb, and he got a lot of credit for the performance of his team. That he really did. The defense carried his team.
And the next week he was gone.
Yeah, well.
You shouldn't have hired him. You shouldn't have hired him to begin with.
No, they shouldn't have. If they didn't want him to talk about the fact what the conservatives think, because that's what they think.
What was the point?
My dad thought that shit.
Exactly.
My dad thought that my dad told me in the 90s that a black man couldn't be quarterback.
Yep.
Because
they weren't smart enough.
No. The whites in their eyes. I'm not fucking shitting you. The whites in their eyes, because then they'll know where they're throwing. It's like, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me get this straight. You think because they're black, you can see the whites better, and a person can read someone's eyes better, in something that literally takes. I didn't understand that at all.
It's just some bullshit somebody made up.
Because it's like if you're looking at a white man, it's the same thing. You can tell where their eyes are going.
But see, it was such a black people are held in such low esteem. It's just like my best friend.
But that's
his dad was a Tuskegee Airman.
Really?
Yes, and his dad told us one time. He said that the white officers would come in, and a couple of them wanted the black guys to be aviators, but most of them didn't.
Right.
And they would say, "You guys know you're not smart enough to fly an airplane or even understand the technology." They thought black people were so stupid. They would never.
I know. It's that Jim Crow shit.
And what happened? The Tuskegee Airmen were the greatest pilots of all time. You know why? They never lost not one bomber that they protected during the war. They were the only squadron that never lost a bomber. They protected the bombers better than anybody else could. They were the most highly decorated Air Corps at the time.
When it was all said and done, yeah, they made a movie about him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it. I mean,
just like my dad. My dad was in the Red Ball Express in World War II.
He was in the what?
It's called the Red Ball Express. They supplied behind the enemy lines or anywhere our soldiers with ammunition, oil, gas, new tanks, new
shit
trucks.
They need, yeah.
Yeah, shit they need. At 24 hours. 24 hours. 24 hours.
I kind of wish I could have talked to my grandfather about that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing I did miss out from talking to... Because I think Grandpa Krieger was like here, National Guard.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was in the National Guard. And I don't know which one was older. So he might not have been old enough. But I know he can fly a plane. I didn't know my grandparents owned a plane until I was in a
they owned a plane?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Back then?
Yeah.
They had money. They had money.
I know,
back
the 70s. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know that, because I knew my mom's family. You know, they're from the UP, And I knew my grandfather had a house in White Lake that was really nice on a lake, and he bought me in it. But I'm 10 when they disappear.
Yeah.
They go to Florida when I'm like 10.
Yeah.
And my grandparents are in the UP. I don't ever see them because there's no reason to ever come around now. My mom's gone.
Yeah.
That's the only reason they actually cared. That's what you would assume.
Yeah, but grandparents care about the kids. As a rule, they do.
My grandparents didn't. My
But
grandparents were selfish.
I never saw my grandparents. I saw my grandmother on my father's side. I spent the summer in Washington with her. But other than that, I hardly ever saw her until she died. And then my grandfather on my mother's side, her mother died when she was young, so I had no grandmother on that side. And I saw him maybe 10 or 12 times.
I had some crazy grandparents. Because I had my mom parents split, so they both were married by the time I was born.
Yeah.
So I had 2 grandparents on both sides. I had the full thing, and they wasn't no step grand. It was just grandma.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad, they stayed together till they died. Like she died not long after he killed himself. But they were together the whole time. Like it was from.
Yeah.
They got a picture of my grandfather who has this amazing, like 19, because he's young. He has to be in his 20s. So he was born in the 20s. So it had to be in the 40s at some point. And he's got this fucking stupid peacock thing. It's all trimmed up nice, and this stupid peacock thing that comes out.
Coming down.
No, it didn't come down. It was up
just
here,
came out
just a little bit.
Yeah.
It didn't come all the way out.
It was curled, like a curl.
Yeah, it was kind of curled up.
Right.
And then grandma looked, I don't know. Old pictures of women there's not many old pictures of women when you're like, wow, that's a looker. Because they didn't present themselves in the same way back then.
Oh, yeah, some women did. Yeah.
No.
Oh, I can show you pictures going back to the 30s. And of some women, you'd be like, whoa, she's gorgeous.
No, I get that, but
most women didn't. Most women were very, very homebound.
Yeah, I get you.
They didn't have sexy clothes.
No, that's my point. She's wearing something that's...
Didn't wear makeup every day.
At that point, they just got out of the Depression. And my grandmother was...
Oh, especially
then.
Oh.
Like, lived it. She tells... the only story I remember about it is that she lost her brother.
Could you imagine living through something like that?
To diarrhea. Her younger brother, who was a baby, died of diarrhea during the Depression.
Yeah.
And then she met my grandpa, and I guess, because because again, my grandma's family, I don't even think my grandpa was poor either. That's the thing. I think my grandpa was just a simple dude who didn't need much. Because...
What do you mean didn't need much?
I remember...
Or could do without a lot.
Hold on. My grandma, on my dad's side, her brother, so my great uncle, owned the house that was a normal house you see in Troy in the 70s. It was a 2,000 square foot ranch. Mm-hmm. He had a satellite, like in the fucking 80s. This motherfucker
dish.
had a satellite
big
dish.
one?
Yeah.
Like
he owned a business that him and his sons ran in the 70s and 80s, and they would make fucking kit cars too on as a side thing with their business, where they would take a Fiero or some other car that was on a
make it look like a Vet or a Ferrari.
Always Ferrari.
Yeah.
And they were fucking close to the point where
I saw those cars.
My uncle had got cease and desist
because
they was too close.
Yeah, they were too close.
Yeah, but they'd make them convertibles.
But I saw those cars. I remember seeing those. Yeah, I remember seeing them.
Yeah, it was in Troy, and that. So I know they had money because their families they all went to school, everything. My grandpa, so somehow he got out of the Depression. Uncle did. My grandfather was a carpenter, and pretty democratic in that sense of we're doing this all for us. Mm-hmm. Everyone's together type thing. Mm-hmm. So it's like the house was 1,000 square feet at the most with an addition. When he first built it, it was probably only 800 square feet.
Well, those are probably homes built right after World War II.
No, it was his home. That's my point.
Oh.
He built I'm almost positive.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
He built my uncle's house, and then he built his home.
So he's a builder.
Yeah, that's what. Well, he may have built this house for all I know. My grandfather, from what I understand, built a lot of houses on the east side, and was one of those dudes that built it from the ground up.
Yeah, a builder.
Yeah. So, but then he retired on Social Security. So obviously he didn't make much money, or he drank it away.
Well, I mean, you say he retired on Social Security. Social Security goes by how much money you made in your life. He might have been getting $3,000 or $4,000 a month in Social Security.
I don't think it was that much because Grandma, I was around when they were on Social Security, and it wasn't
happening, huh?
No, dude. He had his coffee, and they had a fucking fridge that was not even half full. Like, there was no eggs in the fridge. It was bread. Like, if I went to Grandma's,
bread and milk.
There's no cereal. It's fucking toast.
Yeah.
And then whatever we eat, I don't even remember what we eat, but it wouldn't be much. It'd be whatever she felt like making, because Grandma would make real food, I think. But there was no. The difference in my dad's grandparents' house or my dad's parents' house compared to my mom's parents' house is astronomical.
Mm.
Like, my grandfather on my mom's side, the one that's her father, had guns. He had a Cadillac, and Grandpa Fox had a new Ford.
Yeah.
You know, an F-150.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even new until he got one in 90. I think his first, I remember in the 90s he got one in 96, I think it was. That was his first new truck. Red, beautiful truck. Oh, it was fun to drive. We got it after Grandma died. My brother got to drive it for a while. But I didn't. But I think my point is my grandma's side had money, but again, a woman in that time doesn't make nearly, coming out of it as a woman, you're even less chances.
The women were treated just like black people back then. They were second-class citizens.
Right. So, uncle's wealthy, so I feel like something happened, changed in that family, and then, because he owned a business. To me, if you own something, you're wealthy. If you own a legit business, you're wealthy. You could be living on debt, and that's your fault, but obviously you're not wealthy then. But
enough money is passing through.
Yeah. If it's an actual business you can pass on to your kids, then it's fucking wealth.
Yep.
So, but I remember my grandpa's Fox's mom living in Royal Oak. So I don't know, and it was a decent, it was a nice Royal Oak house. You know what I'm saying? Nothing spectacular, 1,000 square feet, maybe 1,200 square feet. And I don't know, because I look at the area now, and I know what the land value is worth. I know what you have to make if you want to live in this area.
Yeah, you got to make some money.
You got to be making at least $70,000, $80,000 a year by two people.
You can sit that on the floor if you want to.
Oh, it's fine right there.
What's up, Mr. Parent? How are things over in I think you're in Wisconsin, I'm pretty sure.
Wisconsin.
He says, "How's it going, gentlemen? Just listening in while I'm painting today. Hope you are both having a great day."
Yeah, we are.
Decent
Hope
day.
you're having a great day too.
What do you think of that?
I like it. I'd give it 5.5, 6.
All right. Well, I let it go. I've got some. That's the shit you cut down on Monday. So this is just a little early. Cut it down.
Right.
Because I tested it. And
just check out what it is.
Yeah, 21. So I'll test it again when it comes down the next time and see if it's any higher. See if it needs that extra
2 days.
Yeah, because I don't think it does. To be honest with you, it is orange as shit right now, and that might be one of the reasons that happened. You see how much orange hair?
Oh, I can see it from here.
And it's also stressed. You can see the bud itself is not. There's too much air in there.
Right.
So I'm hoping the next one
it'll be a little more compressed.
Well, the top buds are way more compressed.
Yeah.
But I just gotta not fuck.
No, it's got a good buzz. It's got a good taste.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, but
I smoke it again.
My dad gave us the impression we did not come from anything. Like there's no inheritance. Like
Yeah.
I don't have any expectation that when my father dies,
Yeah.
that I'm going to get a phone call and be like, "Well, there's this money in this will.
It's waiting for you.
Wait,
Come and get it."
No, if anything, he's already changed me out of the will. He changed me out of the will when I was 20, and I don't think I ever got put back in. Type thing, but they don't have anything.
But you know what is it? My
There's a
parents.
Corvette, and I don't even know if they own. They might still be making payments on this Corvette.
My parents died, and all together, it was about $60,000.
And a house. The house,
Yeah.
the house matters because that's value.
No, it does matter, but it's still got to be split 3 ways.
It doesn't matter. It's still something you're giving to your kids. My dad lost the home that he had bought for $60,000.
Yeah,
That was worth $250 back when the market was hot,
yeah.
and I'm sure is around that much now. No, actually, it was
It's probably-
170.
it's probably
I looked
more-
it up.
It's probably more than
I
that.
looked it up.
now.
It's 170. It's like 170 is what it's worth. I know, like, so if he had actually finished paying it off and then dies when he's 70, he can actually pass it on to his fucking kids.
That's something to pass on.
Yeah, but there ain't nothing. There's a Corvette that I don't even know if they own. Horses that no one really wants.
They're expensive to maintain.
Fucking A, dude.
Believe me.
Oh, I know. They
Only people with money fuck with horses.
That's where it's like, I lived this life of, like, how the fuck did we own, why did we own horses?
Because somebody liked them.
I understand that, but there's 4 fucking kids. 5 kids.
Dude.
And it's like, you gotta feed the horses. They require, like a dog. Okay, a dog makes sense. You add that little extra income, it becomes part of your family, it's there. You own horses that aren't even at your house because you live in a fucking village where you
So
can't
they got to
own
be
horses.
boarded somewhere.
Yeah.
So either you have to have some property somewhere, or you got to rent boarding.
Mhm.
And then the horses have to be groomed and exercised,
Oh, yeah.
and veterinarian fees and
Oh, yeah.
horseshoes.
Well, he
Yeah.
does all the exercise and the grooming. They do all that now because I think
Still.
they still own the horses, and I think they don't live in the same because they live in Mount Morris now.
Just the stuff you need as far as tools and what do you call them? Harnesses. It's a bunch of stuff involved with a horse, man.
I know, because one of the worst Christmases I remember is getting, like, my dad had got a bonus and he spent over half of it on his wife. He bought like a fucking brand new horse saddle, and it was like, I know it was expensive. I know it had to be like $800 fucking horse saddle.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah. Well,
You probably can't buy a horse saddle for no less than probably $400 or $500.
oh,
And this is a piece of shit.
this was nice, custom.
And this is a piece of shit for that.
Yeah.
A really good horse saddle back when, I don't know about now, I'm talking about back in the day when I supposedly had a horse. The girl was telling me that one saddle that she had cost like $3,000.
Yeah.
But it was all ornate. It was all.
Yeah, it was done up nice.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a piece of art.
If we lived in a world where I had to go, like, to get to work, I needed a horse, I would have a horse.
Yeah.
I would probably have one, and it would have a nice saddle because I understand the value in having a good saddle on a horse. I understand that.
Without a doubt. You
But
got to
we're
ride
talking
it.
about a hobby. Now it's a hobby.
Yeah. An expensive hobby.
And a hobby where you're taking an animal out of its natural circumstances, you're riding it, you're forcing it to your will.
You're
For your enjoyment.
You're keeping it locked up.
Yep.
Hours when you're not there
Mhm.
or whatever. Yeah,
I don't think they're like dogs in the sense that
they're not. They're not.
They're not. Once you, if they
Are in the sense that you can have a relationship with a horse.
Right.
Yes. They come up to you. They recognize you and all of
No,
that.
I get that.
But no, not like a dog that
What
can
I
jump
mean
up
is,
in the bed with
if
you.
given the opportunity, would the horse rather run free
Yes.
or be with
I
you?
told you I'm against riding horses because
No dollar store, we're back.
Okay.
because what do they say? You got to to a horse to ride it. You got to break it.
Yeah.
You have to break it. And I'll tell you what, a lot of these horses you see the police riding around now, if they could get away, they would get away. They would be out of there.
Well, they're in the
me.
city. Dude, that's got to be mind-fucking a horse.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the point.
I mean...
Well, did you see the horses that escaped the other day in New York? Was running down the street, two of them tried to get away. They caught them, of course, but they were getting it, man. They were.
Hey, we're gonna get the fuck out of this fucking weirdo place. Yeah, because it's
Got somebody on your back all day.
But again, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, the horses have been like you can build a real relationship with a horse and have a real friendship.
Sure, you sure can.
You know,
You sure can. There's no doubt about it. They recognize you. They have affection for you. A horse can lick you or bite you.
you don't want none of that. Get out the way.
Because a lot of horses are angry. A lot of horses are angry,
especially males.
And I tell you, back when I was in high school, all the kids would, let's go horseback. I never wanted to go. I went one time. I didn't ride the horse. I just went along.
Yeah, it was definitely not something that I was. Before my stepmom became my stepmom, horses were not in our life. Like, my dad rode motorcycles, he played sports, and he hunted, you know, when he was younger.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's... Yeah. Like, there was no horses anywhere in either family that I had known of.
Everybody that I've ever known that had horses were millionaires. I'm serious. I haven't known anybody
Yeah, I'm not a millionaire.
that had stabled horses.
Negative 20 sucks balls for sure.
What?
He says Wisconsin been cold as fuck. I knew it was Wisconsin.
Oh yeah.
Luckily, not much snow, but negative 20 sucks balls.
Ooh.
I feel for you.
Well, we're not too much better.
No, but we still better than that.
Yeah.
I ain't dying.
I've been to Wisconsin, right outside of Milwaukee. Milwaukee's in Wisconsin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right outside of Milwaukee. A guy owned a farm. He was an architect, real rich. He owned a farm right outside of Milwaukee. And I remember it was 40 degrees below zero. They said it was one of the coldest days they'd ever had when I was there. 40 below in Wisconsin.
Good Lord. I went there for Worlds, disc golf, amateur world championships. Got to play in Wisconsin. It was over by the school, whatever that is. You know, because what you said, Milwaukee's over here, and then it was in the middle of the state.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the fuck it was called.
Yeah.
It's wherever fucking Wisconsin University is. But there's like 5 courses over there. It was a good time. We stayed at a farmhouse. Stayed in an old ass farmhouse on Airbnb.
Yeah.
And it was an old ass farmhouse on farmland. Like,
It's a lot of farmland around there.
dude, it was cool. But yet,
So we snuck and went into Milwaukee, right? So we snuck and went into Milwaukee. This was a long time. This was in the early 80s.
so this is that 70s showtime.
Yeah. So we, they told us, don't go to Milwaukee, but we snuck and went to Milwaukee anyway. So I saw a black dude, right, in downtown Milwaukee. We walked in and says, yeah, man, where's the black neighborhood? He started laughing. So what are you laughing at? Literally on the other side of the tracks.
Jesus. It's a different world back then.
It probably hasn't changed a lot.
Well, no, probably not.
No, not probably not.
Wisconsin's pretty white,
Yeah.
demographically.
Yeah, all that whole area in there, you know.
Yeah, because of cold.
Yeah, black people.
I mean, it makes sense if you look at how the world's set up.
The only reason why black people would live in a cold environment, it was good jobs there.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. That's why they go to Detroit.
Yeah,
It was a great
it
job.
was good jobs.
But, like, if you look how the planet itself is spread out with how humans naturally are, where the colder you are, the
Right.
whiter you get,
Right.
it makes sense how the U.S. is kind of set up on that sense of there's more diversity south than there is north.
Let me see if you're right with that. More south.
Diversity, complete diversity, not just black people, but all minorities.
You said it's more that south than
Yeah,
north.
Texas definitely has more. Texas,
And why would you say that? Because there's a lot of Hispanics there?
yep.
And what else?
I mean, Houston and Dallas have big,
Well, you got Indians.
Population.
You got Indians too.
yeah, have big black populations too. You got Atlanta has Georgia, or Georgia has Atlanta.
That's the point I'm making, though. Black people thrive more in the bigger cities because there's more income to be had.
Yes.
You know, they left the farms back in the... Black people left the farms right after the war, like in the 50s.
Ain't no fucking money in the farm.
In the 50s and stuff. No.
What are you doing, nuthead?
That's why the Philippines is so poor. You know,
Because it's all farm stuff.
all jungle.
We don't put value in things we should put value in.
You're right. You are absolutely
Or we
right.
we just give too much value to the shit that don't matter.
Oh, check this out. Changing the subject a little bit. The term...
My aunt says there's not many blacks up there. That's not surprising.
Yeah, it's not surprising. We don't really cotton
Why
to the
would you
cold.
go to UP?
We don't cotton to the cold and
Hey,
ski
you
too
do
much.
understand there's not many whites in the UP either. There's not many people.
What was I getting ready to say? I was getting ready to
I
say
don't know.
something.
She
forgot
interrupted
what-
me.
I forgot what the fuck it was now. Must not be very important. Huh?
Mm-mm.
Must not have been.
Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, I mean that's not bad. I got a little bit of a buzz.
I'm buzzing. I haven't lit it back up, so I say it's past. It's past.
It doesn't have much flavor to me. It doesn't taste like Deadhead,
No, not at all.
which sucks. Because I need to find one that tastes more like Deadhead. Less lemon. They're all too lemony, which people like, don't get me wrong. I just don't like it.
It's a nice looking, nice color. I like the color.
Yeah, the bigger buds are...
It kind of reminds.
Because this is a low branch.
It reminds. The color reminds me of Panama Red.
Well, that's the thing. It's got that Thai look.
Mm-hmm.
Everything Zane has this look. A lot of hairs. But it's still got enough density that it's not hairy.
So, yeah, okay.
But it's definitely got more of a Thai look than... Well, no, it looks like Deadhead, just big. You'll see. You'll see it. You'll be like, holy shit, you weren't kidding. It looks like Deadhead, just big. Huge.
That sounds good, though.
Could be good.
You say it could be good.